Hi guys! Do you remember when I promised you that I would make a real shadowing video? Not just repeat after me, actual shadowing myself, where I listen to native speakers, pay attention to their rhythm, pronunciation, emotion, vocabulary, grammar, timing, and everything, and then try to copy them. And you do it with me? Well, here it is. Today we're going to shadow different worlds of American English with people like Christian Bale, Barack Obama, Eminem, Mathew McConaughey, Scarlett Johansson, Pokimane, and Jennifer Lawrence. Internet English, TV show English, political, relaxed street, southern storytelling, soft, confident English, and funny, fast English. And I will show you exactly how I shadow myself, and I will tell you how to learn grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, intonation, and everything just from shadowing. Now, technically, there are different kinds of shadowing. Some people try to repeat at the exact same time as the speaker, but honestly, for most learners, that becomes very chaotic very fast. So, the kind of shadowing we're doing today is much more realistic. We'll listen carefully first, pay attention to the rhythm and pronunciation, then pause it and shadow it together. So, this is how we're going to do it. And because YouTube is very strict about copyrighted clips staying on the screen for too long, I cannot fully show the videos here, so I'll play tiny parts from my phone and you will hear everything then. So without further ado, let's get started. The first and my favorite one is TV show English. And for this one, we have Eleanor from The Good Place, aka Kristen Bell. In one of my other videos, I said that I used to shadow Kristen Bell because she speaks very clearly. She's feisty and assertive, but still clear standard American English. Feisty means a little bold, a little spicy. Not aggressive, but definitely not passive. She's clear, fast enough, emotional, and very American sitcom natural. This is a type of English where the meaning is not only in the words, it is in the attitude. The same sentence can mean five different things depending on the phase, the tone, and the timing. So let's listen. Everyone here believes in my integrity 100%, right, guys? Everyone here believes in my integrity 100%, right, guys? Everyone here believes in my integrity 100%, right, guys? If you want, you can pause our lesson here and shadow it yourself as well. Integrity. Integrity means being honest and having strong morals. It means people trust you and believe you're a good person who does the right thing and tells the truth. And this is another reason why shadowing is so powerful, because when you hear words like integrity inside real conversations, TV shows, and interviews, and with emotions, your brain remembers them much more easily than just memorizing a random vocabulary list. Here's the lesson from Eleanor. When you shadow TV characters, do not only copy sounds, copy attitude. If the character is annoyed, your voice should sound annoyed. If the character is shocked, your voice should sound shocked. We're not training to be actors for sure, but when you copy their intonation and rhythm, you actually learn how to sound more natural. And you just pick one of these people that we talk about today, not all of them. The one who is the closest to your personality and your normal style of talking. Now, next category, warm, confident, calm American English. And for this one, we have Barack Obama. What I personally like about Obama's English is that he sounds very confident without sounding aggressive, very calm and warm, and he speaks in a way that makes even simple sentences sound so important and thoughtful. So for this one, I did not choose a public speech. I chose an interview because I wanted you to hear his more natural conversational English.
It is a singular privilege.
It is a singular privilege. It is a singular privilege.
I am as good a president now as I've ever been.
I think I'm as good a president now as I've ever been. I think I'm as good a president now as I've ever been. And there's also a very interesting, useful grammar point here. I think I am as good a president now as I've ever been. You do not need to understand this fully immediately, but this is one of the reasons shadowing is so powerful. Because with shadowing, you learn grammar naturally through repetition and exposure. First, you hear it, then later you search it, ask your teacher, look for it online, and then you understand it. And because your brain has already heard it before, shadowed it before, and repeated it before, using it in your own speaking becomes much easier later. And honestly, Obama is amazing for this kind of shadowing because his English is very clean, warm, rhythmic, with very interesting choice of words. And he speaks like he knows what he's talking about. So if I were a man, I think I would choose him for shadowing. Next category is Internet Young TikTok Gen Z English. And for this one, I chose Pokimane. She got famous on Twitch and now she's everywhere. She sounds young, soft, modern, very online, but not painful to the ear. Some internet English could be very annoying sometimes, but her English is softer. And I chose a part when she's very angry and she used an interesting word. Let's listen. Most disgusting and deplorable behavior that I've ever It was the most disgusting, deplorable behavior that I've ever heard of. It was the most disgusting, deplorable behavior that I've ever heard of. Deplorable. Deplorable. It means very bad, shocking, unacceptable, and usually morally bad. It is a strong word, stronger than just bad or not nice. Deplorable behavior. And just like that, you learned a new word and you learned how to use it in a sentence with correct pronunciation and attitude. Okay, now we're entering casual, street style, connected English. And for this category, we have Eminem. Now, don't worry, I'm not gonna make you rap super fast like him. The reason I chose Eminem is not because he speaks super fast in his interviews. Actually, sometimes he speaks pretty calmly. The interesting part is how he speaks. His English sounds very relaxed, very connected, calm, and unbothered. The cool type. The words flow into each other instead of sounding super separate and clean.
I don't know. I kind of took the producer's role even more so.
He says, I don't know, I kind of took the producer's role even more so. I don't know, I kind of took the producer's role even more so. Did you hear the way he said producer? It is not super sharp textbook pronunciation, producer. It sounds more connected and street style, I would say, almost like producer. I can't say it very well. And this happens a lot, especially in casual street style American English. And here, this kind of shadowing is amazing for training your ears because after practicing connected speech like this, understanding slower English starts feeling much easier. And later on, where your English level becomes higher and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, shadowing some of Eminem's song can actually become very good pronunciation and rhythm practice. Personally, I would recommend starting with Mockingbird, Stand, or Lose Yourself before trying the really crazy fast ones. Now, after that, we need something warmer and slower and very southern. So let's go to Texas. For this category, we have Mathew McConaughey. Mathew McConaughey is very famously associated with a Texas flavored Southern accent and storytelling style. And honestly, for me, the most interesting part is the melody, the way the voice moves, the rhythm, the stretching, the relaxed musical feeling. His English almost sounds like storytelling, even when he is saying simple sentences or something simple.
Got down to the ground. What I was building didn't last.
Got down on ground where I was building in last. Got down on ground where I was building in last. Now, obviously, I can do a southern accent, so go easy on me. Got down to the ground because got down on the ground. Very relaxed, very connected, and then listen to the word last. He almost says it like lashed. Now, I don't want to say every Texan or every Southern speaker talks exactly like this, but in relaxed Southern speech, you can sometimes hear softer, stretched, or slightly different sound textures like that. And honestly, this is part of why many people find Southern American accents warm and interesting to listen to. They often use their own expressions, slangs, rhythm, and storytelling style. And if you enjoy this kind of Southern Texas English, I actually made another video about Austin by Dasha, where we talk about Southern phrases, slang, and country style American English. You can check it out, and if you want to hear more Texas flavored English, I also really recommend the TV show Young Sheldon. It's really good. Okay, now we're entering fast, funny English. And for this one, we have Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is hilarious, and she's perfect for this kind of English where someone is thinking, reacting, joking, flirting a little bit, laughing, interrupting themselves, and still making complete sense. People do not always speak in perfect, clean, straight lines. They jump between thoughts and they add comments in the middle. They react while they're still speaking. Sometimes they even change the subject completely halfway through. And Jennifer does this very naturally. She speaks fast, but not Eminem fast, not in the same way. Eminem's English is more connected and calm and relaxed, but still a little fast. Jennifer's English is emotionally fast. Her brain feels fast. And the clip I chose for today is actually very funny because she's slightly flirting with Jack Nicholson. Oh, really? Do I look like a new girlfriend? She says, "Oh, really? Do I look like your new girlfriend? Oh, really? Do I look like your new girlfriend?" Did you hear how quickly the sentences came out? The words kind of roll off her tongue. Shouting people like Jennifer Lawrence is amazing for sounding more alive in English because she speaks like a real person reacting in real time, not like someone reading from a textbook. Next and last person we're going to shout at today is Scarlett Johansson. Smooth, mature, American English. I don't know how else to explain this, but to my ears, her English is like size M. It fits most people, almost all people. She's from Manhattan, and I think her English is the kind of English that fits almost everywhere. Not too teenage, not too formal, not too loud, not too soft, not too dramatic. It is calm, confident, smooth, and socially flexible. This is a really useful style for adult learners because sometimes you don't want to sound like a TikTok comment section, and you also don't want to sound like you're giving a presidential speech while ordering coffee. So let's listen.
I can't imagine what dating would be like with kids.
She says, "I can't imagine what dating would be like with kids." I can't imagine what dating would be like with kids. Just to be clear, she was just making a joke, and she says later that, of course, you can date when having kids. Did you hear how she didn't just say can't, but can't? Or not imagine, but imagine. I find her way of speaking very standard and very easy to shadow. So today we shadowed different worlds of American English. Now I want you to tell me in the comments which American English personality felt closest to you. Stay awesome like you always are, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.